chores. We are teaching our children how to do auto mechanics, auto electronics, fabrication of iron and steel products. The solar street lights you see in Katsina Township today, everywhere you see a solar street lights, the poles were constructed by kids from that facility where they were trained. So we have additional facilities too that's called the BATCs, Basic Skill Acquisition Training Centers. We planted a number of them in the local government areas. Kids go there to learn a trade or two. And this has helped tremendously. And there are kids who want to go into business, small businesses. So we created what we call interest-free small business loan schemes. We put in about 250 million naira initially. Every boy or girl who wants to set up a trade or business is free to go and collect, interest-free loan facility to set up a small trade or business. And we went into helping people to set up tailoring services, vulcanizing, block making, small factories, and the rest of it. And that has helped a lot. And we decided equally, for the same purpose, to hire kids who are in the local government areas. 200 young boys and girls in each local government were hired on a regular basis. Some specifically for seasonal programs, like tree planting, when it's the month of August, to address the issue of desertification. Some, of course, for environmental programs that go around there to clear the drainages, keep the place clean against mosquito and settlement of, produce of water that mosquito breed and create malaria. Some are hired who have some qualification to go and teach. And we introduce so many packages, a multitude of packages for training our kids in various fields. So that has brought drastically down the issue of this thuggery by our kids and wastage of their lives. In addition to that, construction industry is one of the biggest employers of labor in the world. Advanced nations, when they talk about generating employment, oftentimes they are talking about the construction industry. So we took very seriously infrastructure development. If you award a contract to build a road that's going to last for about a year and a half to be built, you find that in the course of building that road, so many young boys and young men will be employed. As long as that project is going on for a year and a half, they have employment there. Laborers will get employed, plumber will get employed, iron bender will get employed, the tipper driver will be employed. Even the woman or the girl selling food will be employed for the period of the construction of that project. We built about 3,000 housing units in Katsina State. 3,000 housing units. And those housing units were built, if you go to the construction site, when they're being built, the initial 500 in Katsina Township, which we call Barihin Housing Estate. Another 250, that's on the railroad, is in Katsina Township. And another 250 again in Katsina, which is in the new suburbs, a new developed area. Another 510 again, still in Katsina. Then you have 30 per local government that are doing in collaboration with the local government at local government level. So in short, everywhere we're building, people were gainfully employed. So there are lots of things we introduce in order to minimize this issue of unemployment of the youth and thuggery. That is a major contributor to the peace you see in Katsina, because the kids are employed, they are productive, they have something to do, no time to waste.
You were awarded the Best Implementing State Governor for Universal Basic Education in 2007. Tell us how far you have gone between 2007 and now that you're leaving office.
Oh, we traveled a long distance. We made a lot of mileage on that area. Education, by the way, we started up making it our number one priority in all our programs. Without educating the society, that society will move forward or stagnate, stand still. And there is need for every strata of governmental development in Nigeria to take very seriously the issue of education. And we started up by saying that, okay, how do we begin? By bringing up changes in the education sector. The fundamental thing about education is you need a mix of infrastructure, teachers and teaching aids, and conducive atmosphere for learning. And we look at the welfare of teachers themselves, and that has to be incorporated in our program. But essentially, when we started, we found that children were not going to school on time. For example, schools had opened after I became governor. 10 days later, there are no children in schools, in public schools. And I drove around myself personally in a private car and observed that children were not in classes. But the teachers were there. So I called some of the teachers and I inquired from them, what is the reason for this? And they confirmed to me that parents were struggling to go and get about 5,000 or 7,000 naira to come and pay for the terminal fees to the schools. And Then I went back to my office, I did some quick arithmetic, and I found that I needed just about 450 million naira or total amount collected, throughout the year from these fees and what have you. And I felt a contractor in Katsina State or anywhere in Nigeria can make twice that amount from a simple contract. So if I can give a contract to get profit for one individual for that kind of amount, then why can't I work to make education free in my state? And one of the best approaches is I computed from my income into the state. Then it was about 2.5 billion naira per month. What do I get? And about 130 million naira IGF then. So I felt if I could save 100 million naira every month for education alone, I would be saving 1.2 billion naira. And if funding education in Katsina at that point in time, or the collections of money and fees and what have you, will cost about 400 million naira, then I have 1.2 billion naira available to pay for it. So from that point on, I made education absolutely free in Katsina State. It is free at primary level. It is free at secondary school level. I pay for examination fees for our children who are sitting for WAEC, NECO, NEPTEP, SSCE, and other forms of examinations. And we have been doing that for the past 8 years. We doubled the amount of money we pay scholarship to our students going to tertiary institutions. Every child of Katsina origin going to tertiary institution is on scholarship. And we introduced foreign scholarship in specific areas of needs of the state. We decided that as a matter of necessity and importance, we have shortages, not only in Katsina, but all over Nigeria, for qualified medical personnel and qualified teachers. So we took an approach whereby now, as I'm talking to you, our administration from 2008 to date have sent in over 700 boys and girls to foreign institutions to learn acquire degrees in medicine, in pharmacy, BSc physiotherapy, BSc nursing, BSc radiology, BSc dentistry, environmental engineering, marine engineering, and more than 50% of those students have qualified and are back with us in the country. Just 2 weeks ago, I received another batch of about 16 kids who went to train as medical doctors, nurses, and pharmacists. They came back from school, they went to the qualification institution here in Nigeria, Nigerian Medical Association, and they qualified as doctors to practice in Nigeria. And that gladdens my heart, because what we have done in the past 8 years is beginning to yield the result and fruits for Katsina State. And when I send a child to go abroad and study, I don't just send him there. I send him with a complete package of his school fees for 5 years, if it is 5-year program, stipend, book allowances, accommodation allowances, his return air ticket when he starts running the course. And the chap has no reason to come back home unless to come for a period of months. It's paid up front. So if somewhere along the line the child fails to meet the requirement of that institution is attending, then as a matter of necessity, even if he's sent back home, the institution has an agreement with our state government. Therefore, they credit Katsina State government with the balance of the money for his course and adjust it when we send the next batch of students. So it's been quite a successful program. We're very happy. I'm a very proud person to see that our children that have gone to do these courses did not waste the opportunity, but have used the opportunity very well, and they have been good ambassadors of Katsina and Nigeria.
Garba.
Yeah, thank you, Madale, and Excellency. My apologies also to our viewers. I have a bit of a cold, probably as a result of a clash between the weather in Abuja and Lagos. So, your party, the People's Democratic Party, of which you were once the Deputy National President, Deputy National Chairman, is going through some kind of post-election soul searching. Some might even call it post-election trauma. As a former high-ranking member of the party, and one of the few that remain faithful to the party in spite of all the challenges, what is your assessment of the way the PDP is going about its present status, moving from the ruling party to an opposition party? Will you say they are taking the right route, or there are some areas that you recommend should be corrected?
Let me thank you very much for this question relating to my party, the PDP. Indeed, the issues confronting or that the PDP got confronted with about 3 levels. That